Welcome to Biz Alchemy, a podcast about creating a new business paradigm by women, for women. I'm your alchemical host, Jacquelyn, and I'm going to take you on an extraordinary adventure to create a business filled with ease, fun, spaciousness, and abundance. Hustle, be gone. Let's birth a new way. Welcome back. This week we have some big energies around. We have the full moon around the time that this is released. As I'm recording this, which is the day before, we're sort of really in this yang, getting into this very yang energy as we build up to fullness. And then from the other side of the full moon, we start to enter the waning period and there's more of a yin energy coming in. And then this is when the equinox greets us. And as I talked about last week in episode 42, the yang language of business, the equinox is the time of balance. It's the time where light and darkness are in balance. It's the time when the yin and the yang are in balance. And at the time of the equinox, like the solstices, the equinox is a portal. And this portal is a thinning between veils to allow a huge surge of energy to come in. But the thing is, to receive this huge surge of energy, it's really important you're in a yin space because that's the receptive space, which leads me into today's topic, why busyness blocks income. I felt this was a really important topic to share this week, given that we will be in these equinox energies. And this is why I'm also holding my mini retreat, my 2-hour retreat on Thursday, September 23rd, to help you move into a yin space, to support you, to give yourself some yin time so that you can receive these powerful energies coming in. So back to the topic. I will talk more about the retreat later on if that's something you're interested in. Let me cover the topic first and then I'll share more information with how the retreat will support you to move into this yin space and to be receptive to these powerful energies coming through at the equinox. So let's start with a play around with the word busyness, which obviously is the same as the word business. The word busy is about output. It's like yang on steroids, isn't it? It's action, 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 output, 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 energy moving out. That's what the word busy is. And I chatted about that in relation to the word business in last week's episode. And, if you're wondering how much yang energy is in your life, just think about how often someone might ask you, how are you doing? Or how's life? Or how are you? And you answer with busy. It's almost like it's saying, I'm fully in my yang. I'm living life in my yang energy. Wouldn't you prefer to be saying balanced, chilled, harmonious? Isn't that really how you want to be living your life? And the reason that you want to be living life that way is because that is a harmonized way between the yang and the yin energies. So it's not that you're saying flat on my back, as in being fully yin. That's not what you want, but you want to be doing this beautiful dance through life where it's all in balance, where it does feel relaxed, where there is just flow. And to have flow, you have to have the yin energy. So let's look at the title of this podcast, Why Busyness Blocks Income. So I've just talked about busyness and the yangness of busyness, or if you prefer to use the term, the masculine energy of busyness, meaning the output energy, the action energy. But then have a look at the word income. Income, coming in. It's a receptive energy, isn't it? To be honest, until the title of this episode dropped into my head as I was just doing my beach walk, I had thought I would use the word money in the title. And I was walking along and suddenly this just dropped into my head, how busyness blocks income. it was only when I got home and wrote it down, I realized how important this was, how this was the yang and the yin, and how using the word income is very different to using the word money. So let's go back into the energy of that word of income, of coming in. Now, if something is coming in, you have to be receptive. You have to be in the yin energy to allow it to come in. That is the nature of income. So here's the thing. If busyness is continuous action, well, then there's no space in the cycle for incoming energy unless you create it. Because yin and yang is a cycle. It's not two distinct standalone energies. It's not like it's yang and it's not like it's yin. It's like yang becomes yin, becomes yang, becomes yin. Think of a beautiful sine wave. It's a cycle. And ideally, it's a cycle in balance. And in our lives, which are so yang, and our businesses, which are so yang, that balance is often missing. So it might be yang, 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 yin. Yang, 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 yin. Okay? As opposed to this yang, yin. Yang, yin. And this is the place of harmony. This, when you're in this space and someone says to you, how's life? How's business? Well, that's when you go, yeah, it's really balanced. It feels harmonious. It's flowing beautifully because you've found that beautiful harmony between these energies. So if you want to know a little bit more about this, I did talk about it in episode 7, harmonizing the yin and yang in your business. And in terms of this understanding of income, even though I didn't have that awareness when I recorded the podcast episode, number 13, I did talk about receiving the biggest lesson from your business. So that was all about how going into business helps you move into a receiving energy. I just didn't have that, as I said, that concept of income being incoming energy only just came to me today. Isn't it exciting how we're just constantly expanding, how new perspectives come to us all the time? And this is part of the reason I love doing these podcasts, is because I'll be talking and suddenly something drops in, or I'll be meditating, on my beach walk about what I want to chat about in the podcast. And suddenly this whole new perspective drops in. And it's like, how didn't I see that before? That's so obvious. But that's just my expansion. My energetic expansion means that I am open to receiving that next level. Anyway, I digress a little bit, but to effortlessly receive income, you must allow yin time in your business. In fact, to effortlessly receive anything, for me to have that idea I just talked about, that new perspective on income, I went into yin time. My beach walk is my yin time. And that's where I'm a clear channel. And the beautiful rhythmical walking and being in nature and dropping out of my mind and just allowing energy to move through me allows incoming energy. It allows inspiration. And attracting money into your business is exactly the same. So I'm just going to repeat what I just said before again. To effortlessly receive income, you must allow yin time in your business. So this means shut the computer or shut the study door, the office door, and do whatever you do to allow yourself to go into that feminine space, that yin space, that receptive space, that void. Maybe it is to walk on the beach. Maybe it is to go in the garden. Maybe it is to cook. Maybe it is to play with your kids and really be present. And this is the thing. Yin time is being present. That's sitting in that void, in that stillness. So what can you do to bring more yin energy into your life, to bring more yin into your business? And even, I don't even know if that's the right term, because it's not so much about bringing more in. It is there. It's just not being allowed out because of the yang. It's not being given its focus. As soon as you put your focus on it, it will be there. You will be in that yin space. You will be in that receptive space. So I mentioned at the beginning about my retreat on Thursday. That's my time, Australian Eastern Standard Time. And the retreat is called the Equinox Balance Retreat, because it is honoring this balance of energies at this time between night and day, light and dark. I am going to use this amazing portal to support you to open up to this powerful surge of energy that's coming in to help bring this beautiful harmony into your life. And of course, we'll have a business focus. I just had to pause the recording. I had a little coughing fit there as something got stuck in my throat. And I thought that's so interesting considering what I'm talking about, but it's actually quite relevant because even though I often usually identify the heart chakra with receiving, in actual fact, every single chakra has a yin component, meaning that they each have a receptive energy to match the yang or the action energy. So as part of the retreat, part of this 2 hours together, we will be going through every chakra in your personal energy body and in your business energy body and exploring the yang component, of course, but also then looking at the yin component and how you can activate the yin more in that chakra. This is actually the first time that I have done this, that I've gone through the chakras and focused on the yin energy of the chakra. So I'm quite excited. I always love doing something new in my business, and I love this new way of looking at the chakras because I think so often when I talk about the chakras, I focus a lot more on the yang aspects. And there are certain chakras where I do mention the yin, like with the heart, but every chakra, they're in harmony. Every chakra has a balance of yang and yin. So that's what we're going to do in this retreat by utilizing these fabulous energies coming in to embody the yin aspect of each chakra. So it's going to be lots of fun. And just by committing to these 2 hours, you're actually committing to giving yourself 2 hours of yin time anyway. You are coming to receive. You're coming to receive from me. You're coming to receive from these amazing energies that are coming through at the equinox time. So even if just for that, it's worth being a part of. The retreat is just $11 US. And there are 2 times to choose from. And I've done that so it doesn't matter what time zone you're in, you, in theory, should be able to come to one. Now, if you can't, if the one in your time zone doesn't work because you've got something else on, you'll still get a recording. And so you can still listen to it that day or the next day while the energies are still strong. And if you're there live, you will also get just a little personal reading from me to do with, who knows, something to do with the yin, to do with whatever comes up for you. So if you'd love to join me for this really special retreat, it's the first time that I've run an Equinox retreat, then go to jacquelynatkins.com and on my homepage, you'll see the link there to join just near the top. Remember, you do not have to be there live. You will still get the energy through the recording because you'll still be a part of the group energy. Even if you're not there, your energy is still part of creating it. Just by registering to be there, your energy immediately goes into the group. So we'll be harnessing the energy of everyone there to be opening us up to these beautiful harmonizing of the yin and yang energies. So I'm really looking forward to sharing this experience with you. And as part of that, we will be exploring this very topic here about how busyness blocks income, how that excessive yang energy blocks the yin because you're not allowing for it in the cycle. So enjoy these full moon energies this week, enjoy these equinox energies, and until next time, have an alchemical week in your biz. Thanks for listening to Biz Alchemy. I'm Jacquelyn Atkins. If you'd love to know more about the energy of business, subscribe to my newsletter at jacquelynatkins.com/newsletter and join me on Insight Timer, where I have a large meditation library and do regular live classes. Until next time, enjoy creating alchemy in your biz.